I would say good morning. It's morning to you guys, but here we're in the afternoon out here at Kaski River. I'm here with Brother Mike. We've been running some trout lines because a country boy can't survive.
They can, yeah, absolutely.
All right, so let's go ahead and get this started. Things you didn't know. There is an annual coffee break festival. Did you know that?
Where at?
In Wisconsin, Stratton, Wisconsin. It includes coffee tasting, brew-offs, and a bean spitting contest.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, and this started years ago with some ladies that were working at a tobacco factory, and they decided to, during the day, they're going to have a little bit of coffee break and chat a little bit. I don't think anything has changed on the chatting part. I think the women still do that.
So do men.
And men. Vacuum cleaners were originally horse-drawn.
Vacuum cleaners were originally horse-drawn? How?
Well, they didn't bring them in the house. They brought them up to the window, and they had it was so big.
Oh, so yeah, like how they used to do ice.
Right.
That's kind of cool.
And I didn't know. And here's one: drive-through windows.
Drive-through windows?
You know how that come about? Military people could not go in their uniform, so McDonald's was a policy back then.
Military policy.
Military policy.
Word.
And McDonald's introduced drive-through service due to the military.
That's nice.
All right, in 1911, on this day in history, first female cop was appointed with the LAPD.
Really? Good for her.
Went that far back. And you remember this as kids, the next two. In 1966, The Monkees premieres on NBC.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that. This week, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
And 1981.
Do you know which monkey is still alive?
No.
Mickey Dolenz.
Mickey Dolenz.
Yeah, he's the only one.
Is that close? Relative of McDonald's? Mickey Dolenz?
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, 1981, another debut, The Smurfs.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, right on.
That also.
You remember the little figurines they used to sell at Hardee's?
Mm-hmm.
We used to have kids in school that would collect all of those little figures.
I think about that same time the Beanie Babies.
Beanie Babies, yeah.
Beanie Babies was a big thing. So this month is in September. We have a Jewish, call it a festival.
You have a Jewish feast, Jewish holy day, high holy day?
And that's on September 25th through the 27th this year, the Feast of Trumpets, Rosh Hashanah. Can you tell us a little bit about Rosh Hashanah?
Absolutely. Rosh Hashanah is the Jewish New Year, the religious New Year. It is a time where where Jews make the same type of decisions that people make during a New Year celebration, a resolution to do better this year, a resolution to walk closer with God, be kinder to people, be more patient, more forgiving, more gentle, just to be kind. And it's the time that they look back in reflection of their year, see how they did. But they're also wanting to make sure that in 10 days after Rosh Hashanah is Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement. That's when God looks at the books in Judaism. He looks in the books to see who's righteous and who's not. So you're wanting to make sure your name's in the book. So you're trying to get right with God. You're trying to make sure all the old sin, the old hang-ups and hurts and habits are off of you, because you want to make sure that your name is in the book. Mm-hmm. And one of the celebrations with Rosh Hashanah, one of the little ceremonies, sort of the equivalent of a candlelight Christmas Eve service with Christmas, it's Tashlik. It means casting off. And what happens is a Jewish congregation will come to a river of moving water like we're on, and they want there to be fish in the water. And they come to the edge of the water, and they sprinkle breadcrumbs or crackers or some type of leavened bread, some type of bread, and that represents sin. So they cast it into the river. And remember, they're still thinking of the resolution, how they're going to be better, how they're going to walk closer with God, how they're going to be more pleasing in His sight, how they're going to serve Yahweh more diligently, more faithfully. And so they shake those crumbs off in the water, symbolically saying, I'm casting my sin away. I want it to be removed from me. And the fish, if you ever notice, a fish never closes its eyes. A fish sees everything. And so some Jewish sages say that the reason the fish is important is because they see everything, because their eyes never close. And that's like God. God's eyes never close. He sees everything. And they get that part of the New Year's celebration, or the Rosh Hashanah, Feast of Trumpets celebration, from the Old Testament minor prophet Micah. Micah chapter 7, verse 18. Who is a God like thee, who pardons iniquity and passes over the rebellious acts of the remnant of his possession? He does not retain his anger forever, because he delights in unchanging love. He will again have compassion on us. He will tread our iniquities underfoot. Yes, that will cast all their sins. Tashlik. Thou wilt cast all their sins into the depths of the sea. Thou wilt give truth to Jacob and unchanging love to Abraham, which thou didst swear to our forefathers from the days of old. And so from that passage, you see the beautiful symbolism, the sea of God's forgiveness, and the everything